we can use tight ends. All right, Aaron Nagler is here. I think I might have had a bad link. Was that link not working?
I'm sitting back there just waiting. It says I'm backstage, but there's just a blank screen. Get it together, Matt. Get it together.
Dude, I am not a professional like you. I'm
hardly a professional.
I screw up so much. But I just started doing these lives. So but
You're
yeah, I sent you that link, but then my thing messed up, so I had to restart. And as I'm talking, I'm like, wait, I restart my computer. So
yes,
I think
you did. Yes,
but
you did.
Anyways, you're here now. All right, Aaron Nagler. I'll even put that up there. Look at professional. But I want to talk to you about Cheesehead TV because I've been watching Cheesehead TV. Like I got on Twitter in like 2009, and you guys were already like doing your thing. So like you were ahead of everybody. Like now everybody has a show and a lot of good ones, but besides this one.
All right, dude, you're killing it. I'm telling you, man, you are absolutely killing it.
All right, hey, I appreciate it. So you're the reporter. You're the guy that knows everything. This news just broke today about Allen Lazard. Do we know anything, or is this something that we have to just wait and see?
I mean, it's mostly wait and see. I know Rob Demoski put out there that there's a specialist who will be looking at his scans as far as the severity and ultimately whether it's going to need surgery or whether he can just try to rest and recover. I tell you what, man, core injuries do not have a great track record when it comes to guys getting back out there at all, let alone right away. I know the one guy who's played through it recently is OBJ last year, and it's not like he was anywhere close to his normal explosive self. So I think a lot of it's going to depend on how severe it is and maybe a pain tolerance thing. Although, again, if the doc says you got to get surgery, there's not a whole lot he can do. So you got to just kind of cross your fingers and hope maybe he can rest and recover, and maybe there's a chance they get him back down the stretch. But I would suspect we're not going to see Allen Lazard on a football field for a while.
And that's sad because, he had a breakout game. He had a career game.
No doubt.
And then, get stuck. I didn't even know like when it happened. Like, did it happen in game, or is this something that?
Well, that's the thing. We don't really know. We haven't gotten any. It's that old trick that the teams pull where we got to talk to Matt before practice, before we knew Allen Lazard was going to be at practice. So then you get to practice and Lazard's not out there, and then the injury report comes out and he's got a core. Well, now we've got no one to ask about it because they've already had their coach availability. So I'm sure he'll be asked about it tomorrow, and I'm sure he'll duck and dodge. But I mean, I have to assume something happened in the game because they haven't been on the practice field. Maybe something happened in the weight room because I know they did come in Monday and Tuesday. They were working out, etc. But I would suspect it's probably during the game. Maybe it just came up on him like he felt something maybe later on. But we'll see. I'm sure that information will come out. But right now, we don't really know.
Yeah, so we got Devontae in practice, right?
Yep, back on the field.
Yeah,
don't forget, Devontae did not practice at all last week. Like he didn't when they went to pads, he didn't put pads on. He didn't even stretch or anything. So having him out there doing drill work today is a pretty good sign.
Yeah, and I saw that he said that he won't play unless it's 100%. But we got to Monday night, so like if there's a chance that hopefully Devontae plays, but if he doesn't. Like, could we see because I think LaFleur's offense, I love it. Like he does, he schemes so great. Could we see like Aaron Jones like taking routes? Like what do you think?
We've already seen a bunch of that, right? I mean, the thing is they haven't been really successful with it yet. They've been throwing to Jones downfield quite a bit. You saw the one big catch against the Lions up the right sideline there where he high points the ball. That was really exciting. But it seems almost like they've been trying to force that a little bit, and it just hasn't. Aaron just haven't connected on it a lot. But maybe this opens things up for him as far as the play caller and the play design goes. If they do need to lean on him a little bit more because of injury, there's certainly ways you can, get bunch formations, use them on pick routes, and get him open that way, rather than trying to make it happen downfield. I think obviously losing Lazard is going to be a big blow. You can't tiptoe around that one because the guy was playing lights out, like you said, coming off his best game ever. And it's not like you can just instantly replace what he brings to the team in the field. But I'm excited to see what kind of things they draw up for like Sternberger and Tanyan and the running backs in general. Jamal Williams looks a lot better in the passing game this year. So it's not like they don't have guys who can get it done, so to speak, in the passing game. They just haven't been afforded many opportunities to do so yet.
Yeah, I think that the tight end group I think is magnificent. Like I love Bob Tonyan, Sternberger. He's a young guy. I think that they can use him in so many ways. And like you said, Jamal Williams has been all offseason catching passes, practicing.
No doubt.
The running game the way it is. And we're playing probably the best team that we could be playing.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Is that true?
They are 31st against the pass currently. In case anybody out there doesn't know, there are 32 teams in the league, so they are not very good. Now that said, you can't take any team lightly. It's the NFL, and there's no question that if the Packers do go into this one banged up, Atlanta is gonna be ready and gonna be physical, and you got to be able to take those punches and be able to counterpunch. But if there's a get right kind of game, or a game where maybe if Davante and Lazard can't go, if you wanted it to play out a certain way and you wanted to pick that situation, this would definitely be it. You got an extra day of rest. You got a team that is banged up in their own right. I mean, their wide receivers are hurt and their secondary has been decimated. So, you don't get to pick your schedule. You don't get to pick your opponent. But if you had to pick, this is not a bad matchup for the Packers at all.
No, I said it earlier. I just trash talk. That's mostly what I do. I just talk crap.
And you do it well, man. You do it well.
So I love it. I had so many people tell me, don't jinx us, because I was saying that they're going to win by 30. And everything I say, people can't take serious. But I do think that they're going to light it up, even if they had to go without Davante, and which I hope they don't. But if they do, I just trust LaFleur. This offense, I just think they're going to go. And I have no power. If I talk smack, they're like, we can't take them lightly. They can't.
I'm not playing the game. I can take them as lightly as I want. Exactly. 1,000%. Yes.
Dude, it drives me insane when people say
it. What is the point? What is the point of being a fan if you can't enjoy this shit?
Yeah, it's exactly.
It blows my mind how people, and I get it kind of, because I was very serious about not my fandom, but how I perceived the team, right? For a very long time, especially when we started Cheesehead TV. I was very I'm a beat reporter and I've got to know all the information, and I'm very smart about football. And then after a while, it's finally, you just kind of got to let go of all that and remember why you became a fan, why you are a fan. And it certainly isn't to sit here and worry about shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Look, they're going to play Monday night, and I'm going to have a ball regardless. But yeah, I'm with you. I think they are going to, I put on Twitter, wide receivers, golden retrievers, family of beavers. I don't care. They're going to drop 30 on this team. Give me a break.
Yeah, dude. I totally agree, dude. That's my whole thing. I've always said, I joke around, dude, I am not the all-knowing person. I'm just the average fan. And on Facebook, I post news and stuff, but most of that I get from you. I see everyone on Twitter talking about it, so I just screenshot it and put it out there. Dude, I'm not a reporter.
There's so much of that now. It's so interesting. It's such a new kind of phenomenon where I see so many people on Insta and Facebook who do they are diligent about tracking the news, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of a new fandom thing, where you're so involved and you're so invested. You want to make sure everyone else sees the news that you're seeing and you're passing it along. And it's great because it becomes another kind of almost information stream, Now, you got to be careful about who you follow, obviously, because some people are idiots, but you, sir, clearly are not. But that's what I mean. It's just cool. It's just another way for fans to be engaged, and I love that.
Oh yeah, because a lot of people on my Facebook, they're not on Twitter, so they might not follow.
Exactly, so they don't see the news, especially in real time.
Yeah, so I can just screenshot.
Do you ever get these where you'll see something on Twitter and it'll be a big deal on Twitter for an hour or whatever, and then 3 or 4 hours later you'll get a message on Facebook. Did you hear about this? I'm yeah, dude. We already freaked out an hour, 2 hours ago, and it's all over. It's done. Don't worry about it.
Twitter is way ahead of the game. You find out stuff on Twitter, like you said. I can post it on Facebook 3 hours later, and oh my god, I didn't hear that. It happened. I was at work and it was on Twitter 3 hours ago. But
totally.
What about this? About the defense? How much is the defense worried? I know a lot of people are talking about the defense.
Yeah.
I'm not really too concerned because, I'm not saying I'm not concerned at all. But
right.
They're doing enough. When they needed it, Zadarius Smith got the fumble.
The big fumble.
And the running game, but they played a really, really good running back. So like,
so
if the offense could keep doing their thing, I think the defense just needs to be good enough to not have them score as many points as they did.
And if the Packers are playing on offense, they're going to score a boatload of points. To me, it's like I get the frustration with the defense because you see the amount of talent they have. They should not be this inconsistent, right?
Oh yeah,
because you also see, like, look at after the 4th and 1, right? The failed 4th and 1 for the Packers offense, and then you're thinking, oh gosh, they've got great field position, and what does the defense do? They turn around and force a 3 and out. Well, that's great. I love that. Why can't we get more of that? Because it just seems like you mentioned Za'Darius. He obviously has the play of the game. You look at Jair the first 2 weeks, big plays week after week, and the guy wasn't even thrown at in the New Orleans game because they don't want to test him. You see the talent there. I just wish there was more consistency. I mean, I get people who are worried. I know Julio Jones is dealing with a hamstring, so who knows if he plays on Monday night. Calvin Ridley showed up today as a did not participate. He's dealing with an injury, which obviously bodes well for the Packers. But I kind of wanted to watch that matchup. I wanted to watch Jair versus Julio and Kevin King versus Ridley, like get your best against their best. I love that. So that could still happen. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, with the defense, I just want more consistency. They're getting pushed around up front way too often. And that's the other. You see teases of them being able to do it. You see Kiki playing well in spurts. Montravius Adams had a number of really nice plays on Sunday night, but they're just too few and far between. They just need to have that effort and that output each and every down. And some of that is that they're young, but some of it is, Pettin playing these light boxes and just daring people to run and opponents going, oh, okay. And then they just run it, So I don't know. We'll see. I do think some of it is Pettin knows he's got an offense that's going to score 1 billion points, so he can just guard against the pass and let them have what they're going to have on the run. And eventually, he thinks they're going to win out. So we'll see. It's certainly the part of the team that I understand where fans might be fretting a little bit, no doubt.
Yeah. Like I'm worried, but like I don't know. People call me a cheerleader for that reason because I'm always like, I just find like the optimism. Well, the secondary is good,
right. So like, why are you a fan if you're not optimistic? That's what I don't get. Like, I grew up with a buddy of mine who both diehard Packer fans, grew up in the same area, and I can't watch games with him because that kind of attitude. With like at that 4th and 1, I guarantee you he was sitting in his living room going, "Oh, it's over." Like those kind of defeatist people who. Why are you a fan? Like, what enjoyment are you getting out of this? It just blows my mind. I just don't understand that mentality.
Well, I think that a lot of fans, because I know a lot of people like that. Like at my job, like everyone, all offseason, all the Packers suck. They're not going to win any games. They're a Packer fan. Like, wear a Packer hat talking about this, saying how horrible they are. Because then if they're right, they're like, they think there's
they
something.
They get to say, I told you so. Oh, my God.
And if they're wrong, they're like, oh, I'm glad I was wrong.
Exactly. Well, my co-founder, Corey Banke, talks about this all the time. And that's a real kind of, especially in the last 5 years, it's gotten really bad because the online culture, everyone's got to be first, be the most critical or cynical. And they want to hold that ability to go, I told you so. So like if and when things go craptastic or fall apart or whatever, this really cynical group gets to go, you see, I told you they should have drafted a wide receiver. I told you they should have traded for a linebacker. I told you, rather than just enjoying the fact that their team is 3-0 and has scoring at will. Like, it drives me insane.
Dude, it actually drives me. I was watching your transplant last night, and I love that line. Can this offense be stopped?
Nope. I got official word. No humans, zero humans can stop this offense. It's going to take divine intervention or alien invasion. Pick one. That's the only way this offense is getting stopped.
I totally agree. It's funny because I was watching that transplant and I was thinking it was live. I had a few in me, right? And then I think
it was live. You just missed it live. That's what it is.
So I put something on my Instagram story and tagged you, and then you shared it. I'm like, I'm watching them right now. And then I was like, oh, it's not live.
Well, I do that though. Corey always yells at me, but I'm always on social during the show, so it could.
I was too.
Who knows? So, but yeah, I do. I'll be on Twitter or on Instagram, blah, 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 and Banky will be like, "Are you on social media?" I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, you guys are good enough to do that. I try to put my phone away. Only reason I was looking at it because the whole time today when I was started, I was thinking in my head, is that link bad? And I was dying too. I'm like talking because the whole time I'm thinking in my head, is he sitting somewhere just waiting?
I was sitting somewhere. Yep, no doubt. Well, I didn't want to bug you because I know you're live, so I don't want to like go, "Hey, I'm sitting here. Is this the right link or whatever?" Because I know when I'm live and I get that stuff, it like gets me in my head, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like blah blah blah. I just wanted to let you do your thing, and then I was like, eventually he'll be like, "Where's Aaron?"
Yeah. But all right, so we had some cancellations. The Steelers Titans game got canceled.
Yep.
So
it's going to be played later in the season.
Yeah. So like, how is this going to work? Like, are they going to extend a season? I was talking to my son about this. I couldn't figure it out. Like, are they going to have extra buys? Because now the Steelers have a bye, so they're going to take their bye. Like, do you know how this is going to work? Are you smarter than me?
No, I am definitely not smarter than you. I know they are discussing a lot of different possibilities. I don't think there's been anything that's been settled upon. Obviously, like you said, both those teams are now forced to have a week 4 bye. And as the NFL was quick to put out earlier this afternoon, kind of the history of teams with week 4 byes, and there are a lot of really successful teams on that list, including the Packers recently. But so I think there'll be adjustments made. Certainly, the logistics are going to be a nightmare in either for one of the other teams, but they'll get it done. I don't think they'll go say like a week 18 game or anything like that. But I think they'll get it in probably as a doubleheader, some like where, what was regularly going to be a regular Monday night game. And they almost did this week where they were going to have to play at 5:00 prior to the Packers game. But I think they'll try and slot it in there maybe after the teams have had a Thursday night game or something. I don't know. But I know it's going to be a logistical nightmare and a headache for the league office, and I'm glad I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, they got smart people over there. So I'm sure that
some more than others.
Yeah. So, Tommy Crabtree, you and him are buddies. I had him on the other day.
Tommy Crabtree. Yeah, let's talk about Tommy Crabtree.
Yeah, let's talk about him. How did you guys your friendship blossom?
I don't know if it ever blossomed. We kind of just stuck there in the mud. But no, this is true. His rookie year, or no, I don't even know if it was his rookie year because I think he was with Kansas City before he came to Green Bay. But his first year in Green Bay, he had long hair. He looked like a reject from like shop class with his his tribal tattoos. He had the long hair. He is like legitimately one of the few NFL players I've ever seen who the first time I saw them kind of scared me. Like I was like, all right, don't mess with this guy. And I was just there. And that was before I was credentialed. I wasn't there as a media member at all. I was there for Cheesehead TV, but I was a fan. Right.
Yeah.
But so I spent that summer kind of basically trying to find out where Packers players were hanging out, drinking, during training camp. And at that year, a lot of them were hanging out at the Abbey in right by St. Norbert. It's across the street from St. Norbert in De Pere. I'll never forget. So I met Tom, and I think via social media, and I had found out like some friends of mine were at the Abbey. My buddy Kyle used to bartend there, and he was like, "Oh, there's a couple players here if you want to get by." So I literally brought my laptop, my computer bag, whatever, to go blog in the bar so I could be there in case some other Packers showed up.
Right.
And so I'm in the parking lot, and I see Crabtree in his car, and he's getting out of his car. I'm like, dude, I was like, hey man, what's up? Are you coming in? He's like, no, I had to get something before I went to the dorms. But do you know if this is his rookie year. This is his first year in Green Bay. He's like, so there's other guys in there? I'm like, yeah, like I saw Matt Flynn walk in and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if that's cool if I'm in there or not. I think I'm just going to go back to the dorm. I was like, wait a second. You're like on the team. Like, what are you talking about? He was like scared of like being seen as a rookie or something. Like, in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know. But it was so weird because it's like this big, scary looking dude who was like, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just going to go back to the dorm. Like, what? Like, come hang out. Like, have some beers. Like, what? And I went in and like half the team was there. That was the other thing. Like everybody, half the offensive line, Sitton was there. I think TJ Lang was there. All these guys were just hanging out. And Crabtree was like, yeah, no, I'm just going to go read books in my dorm. Thanks. That's literally like one of the first interactions I ever had with him in real life.
I think he's one of the coolest guys on the Packers that like back then, like would interact with the fans. Like
1,000%.
I met him. Like I helped get him on Madden.
Oh, nice.
I was a big Crabtree guy, and he would tweet me. So I was like, "Oh, this guy is the best ever." I would I would trade Finley away on Madden, and he'd be my. But at first, he wasn't there because it was early on in the year or whatever.
Right.
So I would tweet Madden all the time. You need to get Crabtree on Madden.
What, you didn't just create him? You should have just created a player. Like make Tom Crabtree, make him a 99.
But then I just kept annoying him, and then finally they tweeted me back like, "All right, on the next update it'll be on there. Stop tweeting me."
Amazing.
But
that's amazing.
A funny story is Crabtree was going to a Dane Cook concert. You probably never heard his story, but
a Dane Cook concert.
Yeah.
That's on
so
brand.
I was going to the same one with my brother-in-law, and Crabtree tweeted about all the players. A lot of them were going, and I said, "Hey, I'll be there too. Maybe I'll see you." He's like, "Yeah, maybe I'll see you." So during the show, Crabtree DMs me and he says, "Hey, I got an extra meet and greet ticket because my wife didn't go. If you want to,"
look at this guy.
Yeah, he's like, "If you want to meet Dane Cook." So I was like, "Hell yeah!" So I told my brother-in-law, I was like, I'll figure out how to get home.
I'm hanging with Crabtree. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with Crabtree. So he's like, "All right." So, but I'm drunk as hell. I don't think Crabtree realized it. So I'm hammered. We're we're waiting in this line.
Oh, that's great.
And I yell out, "Oh, I'm hanging out with a Packer player," or something like that. And Crabtree looked at me. He's like, "Shut the hell up." People are like, "Who's the Packer player? Is Nick Barnett up there?" Because Nick Barnett was there, and you heard people talking about him like in the show. And Crabtree just kind of like he just wanted to be regular. He didn't want to be
hanging out, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he's like, "Shh." But we ended up meeting him. We went to Dane Cook. It was the funniest thing is some chick ran up to Dane Cook and spread her legs and her arms to give him a hug, and he gave her like some little move. But that was my first interaction with Crabtree. I think as soon as I met him, he was like, "This was a bad decision," because I was hammered. I was so hammered. And then after I saw Nick Barnett, remember after I left him, I was like, "I don't have a ride home now." Because I just ditched my ride. So I'm walking to like Stadium View, whatever bar. I see Nick Barnett walk out with a little entourage. And I was thinking in my head, be cool. Don't be an idiot.
Be cool.
But I didn't. I yelled, "Yo, Nick Barnett." And then he turned around. He's like, "What's up, man?" Well, that night will forever be
that's great.
Engraved in my head. And then Crabtree's done my podcast a lot of times. Me and him do.
He's on all the time. I see you guys chatting it up all the time.
Yeah, Crabtree's my guy. Yeah,
I love him. Yeah. He sucks at Madden, but that's no fault of his own.
Yeah. I think he might be good at Fortnite, though. I see him always talking about it.
He's really good at Fortnite. He could probably kick my ass there, but he came to my co-founder's house last year for a game. I think it was a prime time game, and we were there pregame, and he was talking all sorts of shit about Madden. So I said, "Okay, let's go, man. You want to run?" And we turned it on, and he played the Ravens, and he was like had Lamar, and I was the Packers, and I just absolutely wiped the floor with him. So I think that's why last week when you told him that I was going to be on, clearly he's still a little salty about that. So he had to get all cute.
Yeah, he's brought you up before, like on my podcast and stuff, and I didn't ever thought that I would have you on my podcast or my show now, but yeah, he's the absolute man. He gets a lot of reasons why people listen to me to begin with. He's like my most viewed guest. And I've had some Packer players. I've had HaHa on my podcast, Ty Montgomery.
Yeah, I saw you did a bunch of stuff with HaHa. That's really cool.
Yeah, HaHa's he's good people.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, hey, I appreciate your time, man. I want to put this up here. Look, I'm a professional.
Yeah, sure.
Visit
cheeseheadtv.com. Look at that, banners and everything. cheeseheadtv.com, baby.
Yeah, you got an app too, right?
We do. Any Android, iPhone, whatever you got, Cheesehead TV, just look it up. And hey, not to put this out there lightly, but the head coach of the Green Bay Packers has the Cheesehead TV app on his phone. So shouldn't you?
Yes, exactly. I saw that you. I think on Twitter. So yeah. I used to have it. I don't have it now, but I'm gonna have it again. I tried to download it earlier.
You better get it there, buddy.
I tried to download earlier, but I forgot my password, so I got to do something. I'll definitely have. I know I used to have it, but I think when I switch phones, it's not there no more.
That'll happen.
That will. Hey, I really appreciate you coming by, man. This was awesome to talk to you.
This is great.
Talking to professionals here.
All right, semi-professional. What? That was what most people would say. Yeah, thanks a lot for the time, man. Thanks for having me on. Let's do this again.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
Later, man.
All right, big thanks to Aaron Nagler stopping by. Yo, talking to the professionals now, all right? Now, I love me some Aaron Nagler, Cheesehead TV. Check him out. That's all I'm going to do today. I had another guest lined up, but it didn't work out. But we'll end this thing. Thank you for everybody for tuning in to another episode of whatever this is. Check out MattRamageShow.com for all the things that I got coming up. We got some stuff coming up, man. I have my own store pretty soon. We're doing the things. Big thanks to Aaron Nagler stopping by. Go Pack Go.